and I mailed her my phone that's in my bag, but I mailed something else with it. And I called the phone
No,
and
what?
she picked up.
Hello, everyone. This is Andre Barrar with Yes to Real Estate with the Yes to Real Estate podcast. Super excited to have you here today on this special episode. I'm also with CR Elite Realty, which is a brokerage. Also with, I'm the first vice president of YRD. So what is the YRD? It's the Young Realist Division, where we edify and educate youth on real estate and investing. I'm also a top producing agent. The team and I is on pace to do $30 million in transactions. That's what I said. I said it. $30 million in transaction this year. So big thanks to the team. Want to give a big thank you to the team, Voss, Jenny, the marketing team, Michael, our marketing coordinator, also Miss Diamond, transaction coordinator, Mariah, our buyer agent, and my partnerships with Ashley and Javon. So super excited about the people who are adding value to the Yes to Real Estate. And we have a special guest here today, right?
All right.
Mr. Javon Cross with Cross Capital, right?
Cross Capital
LLC. Let's welcome Javon. Javon, how are you, sir?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me. I'm honored to be here with you.
Yes, super excited. This has been work in progress to have you here today to share the wisdom and the knowledge to the people.
Yes, sir.
It's going to be life-changing for you.
Yes, sir.
So, Javon, give us a background. Tell us a little background who you are and where you're from.
Okay. Well, my name is Javon Cross. I'm originally from Cleveland, Ohio.
Shout out to Cleveland.
I graduated when I was 16 years old. I was so paranoid. I didn't know what I was going to do in my life. Probably about
Wait a minute. You just 16.
I was 16.
Wow. Okay.
Probably about 9 months after that, I enrolled in the United States Navy. I tell you what, I was always trying to get out of everything early. So I was able to get enrolled in the Navy and only honored to do 3 years before I was able to get out early with an honorably discharge.
Wow. Thank you for your service.
Thank you. So got out of the military, started doing insurance. I was so passionate about insurance. And before you know it, they always say, don't condemn what you don't want to happen. I was meeting all these people in real estate and everybody was telling me how great real estate was, but I was so focused on what I was doing, Andre, I didn't really understand the maximum potential of real estate. And so when I found real estate, I had a chance to travel across the world. I moved to Houston, Texas. I didn't know anybody. I had family here that I wasn't really too familiar with, but I still took the courage to move here. And now I'm here sitting with you.
So you moved from a different state, a different city, not knowing anyone here, and you came with a vision and a mindset that I'm going to make it here in Houston.
That's it.
Wow. So always, when you make a move like that, I tell people a lot that your choice and decision determine the outcome of your life.
Correct.
So can you tell the audience, what is your why? Why are you here and what keep you moving and going?
Okay, so very good question.
Yeah.
I like to focus on my life, right? I don't like to say I'm doing a career. I don't like to say I'm working out or I'm doing real estate. Somebody asks what I do. I say I'm doing my life, right? So my why is being able to create a life that I don't really want to exit from because it's a part of my natural ritual of what I do. So the reason I'm doing this is because I want to create a life that I don't have to look for an exit from ever.
Wow, that's powerful. So it's no retirement.
No.
It's no saying I'm hanging it up. I'm done with it.
No way.
Wow, that's powerful. That's powerful. So can you tell the millions of people who's watching right now,
okay,
what are you doing right now? What is Cross Capital LLC?
Okay, so Cross Capital LLC, actually, we're in transition right now, Andre. We're looking to transition into the commercial side of business.
Wow.
That's very important to us. That was the vision when we first started. Of course, we got to start somewhere, so we're here in residential. Currently, we have 5 flips going on. We're acquiring 2 in the next 30 days to sell with the best agent in the city. Right?
I didn't say it. He said it. Yeah.
And so our other partnership is with Cross Equity, in which we do a little bit of wholesale and we do a little bit of sourcing deals. And so that's our main focus right now.
Okay. So right now you have 2 divisions when it comes to real estate. So
Correct.
you focus on commercial, the residential, and sourcing with wholesaling.
Correct.
Would you say that all 3 are crucial parts, important parts in order for you to go to the next level?
Of course. I believe that wholesaling is the seed of real estate. Not even just wholesaling, but being able to source a deal.
Yeah.
Being able to recognize and find out, hey, this is something that has potential where I can actually earn maximum profit from it, or I can earn maximum profit or equity, whatever it is you're looking to do. So
great. So can you tell us, number one, the most important thing is what? Finding a deal.
Finding the deal.
Right. So how do you find your deals?
Well,
The legend, you.
You know what? Andre the Giant. I wouldn't say that finding the deal is the most important. I think being able to recognize what a deal is the most important.
Okay, how do you recognize a deal?
The greatest thing about real estate is that, I've never been able to draw. I've never been able to paint. I can't sing that well, right? And I never really tried to be a rapper. So real estate gives the average individual the power to be creative.
Wow.
And so with the power to be creative, you're able to captivate, look at a property and say, hey, how do I get the maximum potential out of this property? Me and you can look at the same thing and have different visions. And the most important part of that is being able to get around a group of individuals who don't see the same thing you do, so you don't pass up on deals.
Wow. You give me an example of that. That's powerful.
Okay.
Give me an example.
So for instance, we had a client.
Yeah. And
this client told us about many different people who confronted them and asked them about buying their property. However, they didn't see the maximum use for their property. And so this was a 16,000 square foot lot. And what we were able to do is not only just renovate the house, but we also went into plan to split the lot up to make it a different parcel on the other side, to sell that, but also to renovate the house and sell that for the maximum profit.
Wow. So you took a property where everybody had an opportunity to see value in it.
Correct.
You was able to see beyond what most people will see as value.
Correct.
And say, how can I maximize the use of this whole parcel?
Correct.
You took the house, you realized that, hey, you know what? This is a 16,000 square foot lot. I'm going to replat it.
Right.
We're going to replat, sell off the land.
Right.
One stream.
Right.
Then we're going to repair, rehab the home, and then sell off the home.
Correct.
So now out of one property, you created two multiple streams.
Correct. And the more...
This is game, everyone.
The most interesting thing is being able to, let's just say, for instance, wholesaling, right?
Yeah.
If I see a deal that I know I might not be able to take advantage of at that time, what I would like to do is, if I know a tenant who's looking for something and I know somebody who does owner finance, I would rather get them approved, make sure that they have the money. So when I sell the deal, not only do they get the deal, but they get the tenant as well for a higher profit.
Wow.
So
that is amazing. That's what you're talking about. Taking the opportunity and maximizing it.
Correct.
Wow. That's amazing. So, man, that is amazing. So, and how long have you been doing this?
Going on 2 years.
Wait a minute.
A little under 2 years.
Hold on. You working on 5 deals. You have 2 under contract.
Correct.
And you just started. You're going on 2 years.
Correct.
Look, everyone. He's making it sound easy, but it's not this easy, right? So, would you say communication is very crucial in order to find a deal and to close on a deal as well?
I would say being able to become a value before you ask for value is more important than anything. I mean, I'm never, for instance, when we first met, right? I'm never just going and asking questions that are Googleable, right? Or YouTubeable. I'm never wasting time. I like to look at questions like, if I had to pay you for every question I asked, how much money would I have at the end of our conversation?
Not much.
Not much.
Not much. So speaking of how we met, let's go into detail. I'm real big on transparency, and because once you understand a why and how a person met, you will understand the bond and the friendship. We are family.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
So let's tell the people how we met.
Okay.
Yeah.
So initially moving here, I ran into a realtor, Brandy, actually.
Yeah.
And she shot me a text message one day like, hey, this is an event where I think you might be able to meet a group of people that, might be able to help you get started in real estate.
Yeah.
And so I was very stern on saying, hey, if this is a young group of individuals, I don't want to go. I'm looking for somebody who's over 35 years of age, who already has a family, who has the dynamic in which I'm looking to progress into. And as soon as I pulled up, right? As soon as I pulled up early, I was like 30 minutes early to this event. Who do I see cheesing coming up looking for parking just like me? Andre.
Yeah.
And so as me and Andre started communicating, it was very interesting because it seems like we were looking for the same thing. But if anybody knows Andre, the way he presents himself is always beyond belief, right? I was very into just the attitude, the positive mindset that he had. And as soon as we went inside, I knew I wanted to connect with Andre, but I was very skeptical because you never quite, it's very rare that you meet somebody who has the energy like he has. Yeah. And usually when they have the energy like he has, you're skeptical because it's like, this is not your everyday individual.
Yeah.
And so from that point on, I think it went about 6 to 7 months where I was doing deals with other people. And I was very skeptical about Andre. He would check in and I'd be like, it's something about this guy. He's just too positive.
Yeah.
He's too positive, right? And I believe I bought you a deal.
Yeah.
And from here, it's just been history in the making.
So to expound on that, he brought the deal and he said, Dre, I think it'd be something you and I can do. It was in Pleasantville, right?
Correct.
And that was my first time flipping, right? So
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
He did not disclose that. And I think that was I think that was very important because if I did know that, I might have done something a little bit different. Yeah. But I'm glad I went ahead and worked with him.
Yeah. So it was my first time flipping, and we did a flip, and we completed a project. We learned so many things. The one of the most important things I learned in the partnership that Javon and I did was communication, trust. Right? We trust each other, communicate with each other, and everything was out in the open. And if you're going to partnership, those things are so important that if I bring someone to the team, are we going to trust each other?
Correct.
And trust, especially when it's dealing with money, is so crucial, right? So we did the flip. We learned so much about each other, but also about rehabbing a home.
Correct.
Right?
100%.
And at the time, we sold the highest sold home in the area for a 3-1. And people came behind us and now expound on that. But man, you are the reason why I got into flipping, and you gave me a chance to work with you. And now
you blowing up.
We blowing up, right?
You blowing up.
No, we blowing up. Yeah. Right. So now we have done multiple deals after that. So you ever go back and look at our clip from our first flip to the flips that we're doing now, it's a total different, right?
Completely different.
So what would you say are some of the difference that we are doing now that we didn't do at first?
Actually, not trying to cut corners on a property. Not saying we did that the first time, but I think if we would have spent a little bit more, we would have caught a different set of eyes. That's one thing that I've learned is based on what you're spending is the eyes that you're going to catch, right? It's like
say that again.
Based on what you're spending is the eyes that you're going to catch, right? So it's just like investing in yourself, right? Let's say the clothes or whatever you like, cars, whatever you like. Based on whatever it is that you possess from what you spent are the type of eyes that you're going to attract. You're going to attract people who like that type of materialistic material.
This is Stephen Thompson.
And Gerald Lanier.
And we are here with the Community Cultivation Network. If you're looking to advertise, this is the space you could do it at right here. If you got an item, pigsty, t-shirt, cheese and crackers, if you own a sensual massage parlor, anything. If you got drawers.
You had that twisty thing for the guys.
Socks. If it's lit, you can advertise on here.
Right here. CC Network.
Hi.
Yeah.
My name is Stephen Thompson from Stevie Rock Radio, and you're now watching the CCN.
Give us an example of what you are doing in your flips now that are catching a lot of people's eyes.
One of the things that we're doing is being more creative. You know, real estate is a copycat game, but I do believe that if you see a trend, you should run with it. I think you should take that risk because that's the only way you're going to know if you can create a comp. And as you know, that's always my goal when I go in a neighborhood is to try to create the newest comp, the highest comp.
Yes. And I can tell you with being your agent as well, right, on your flips and the flips that we partnership on, every time we put a product out, it's on the contract within 10 days.
Correct.
Ever since we done that first one in Pleasantville, everything else we did after that has been on the contract within 10 days.
Correct.
Why is that?
Well, I mean, you're the best in the city. That's one of them. But I also think, shout out to CJ who takes a lot of our real estate pictures.
Yes.
I also think
Amazing
that
job,
a very
CJ.
amazing job, right? By the way, follow him on Instagram if you don't know about him. Where is CJ? One of the best, when it comes to being artistic, when it comes to real estate and just photography and videography as well. However, one of the biggest differences, I think, is the focus, right? Because, and this is just a gem, right? If you go on the MLS and you look and you see, okay, what is the highest sold comp in this area and what does this look like? Your goal is to set apart from that. And if you look at how long it's been on the market, I always think that the property reflects how long it's been on the market.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So just because the property's been on the market longer, especially in today's time, that doesn't make it a bad property.
Yeah.
But maybe aesthetically, it's not as pleasing as the one that you might be currently working on.
Yeah.
So that's important.
No, it's very important. And that's why your product is not on the market long and multiple offers and above asking. Even in this market today, right? The interest rates are high.
Yes.
Everything is slowing down.
Correct.
But not your stuff.
Correct.
All right. Not your flips. Not my flips.
And it has nothing to, I'm going to cut you off,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it has nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
Right. It has everything to do with the contractors and the team.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with me. The only thing I go in there and do is, to be honest with you, I might draw something. And as I told you guys in the beginning, I'm not the best artist, but I might draw something and they just bring it to life.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Team is important.
Team is important, which is why I want to bring up next is the importance of partnership.
Correct.
How important is partnership?
Can I dive a little bit deeper?
Let's dive.
Because,
Let's dive.
We've been talking about all the good, but there's also some negatives that come with this, right? If you don't vet a person correctly, you'll put yourself in situations that are very, 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 they don't help you.
Yeah.
Right. It doesn't help you. So I would say, in the shortest form is actually vetting a person before you go into a partnership. It's just like a marriage.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, it's just as important,
Yeah,
right?
it is.
As a marriage, because
It can cost you half.
it can cost you half, but most importantly, it can cost you everything, and not just monetary. I mean, energy, space, everything. And when you truly think about it, you go into partnership with somebody, not just because the monetary gain, but because hey, this person has something that I don't have. That's the only way you can supply value together. Somebody has to have something that you don't have.
Yeah.
If me and you have the same skill set, it's going to be very hard for us to operate in the same space. Would you agree?
I agree.
So that's something that, it's very important to pay attention to. But on the other side of partnership, it's great.
Yeah.
It's great when you find somebody that you have trust with,
Yeah.
when you find somebody who's looking over every penny with you.
Yeah.
The first time, the second time, and the third time, you realize, okay, this is the person that I want to be in partnership with long term. This is the person that has integrity.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, if I have to go to sleep wondering if you did me right or wrong, we shouldn't be in a partnership, because I can do myself wrong by myself.
By yourself. Yeah. Yeah. And you said something valuable earlier. You said you watched me for 6 months before we did our first deal.
Correct.
You vetted me, right? You
Correct.
did your research. You checked things out. And I love that so much, because now we are 2 years in.
Correct.
And we're getting stronger and stronger in our partnership, in our relationship, and as family.
Correct.
Right? So, and I appreciate that.
How about you? I'm curious to know,
Yeah.
what do you think about partnerships?
Man, partnership is the key. I think partnership, you spread your leverage, your responsibility, your time, your energy, and your knowledge.
Okay.
With the right partner, you can double and triple your business.
Correct.
Think about it. I came to you not knowing anything about flipping. You educated me. You edified me. You brought the team around me for me to grow and train me up. Now, I'm able to work with you on your flips. We're able to partnership on flips. And then as your agent, I'm able to sell your flips for top dollar.
Correct.
Because I'm coming from an investor mindset.
Correct.
If I was just coming from being an agent mindset, I wouldn't have as much value to you as I do now. You trained me up.
Andre, right? One thing that I will say is partnership is never 50-50. It's going to be times where it's 80-20. It's going to be times where it's 49-51. It's going to be times where it's 70-30. But you have to be okay with understanding that, hey, it's not always going to be 50-50.
Yeah.
And I think long-term partners split because you have the expectation of that person doing half of what you're doing. So it's very important in the front to put the details out. Hey, this is how it's going to go. This is my responsibility. This is your responsibility. And we go from there. We get compensated based off our responsibility.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Do you mind sharing a real life example of one of your projects?
Tell me a little bit more.
So, yeah, like one of the projects that you found, how did you find it? How much work did you have to put into it to get to where it is now?
Okay, so we had one lady.
Just one of them. I know you got a lot of them. Just
we had one lady, and this is not for everybody to do. I'm just gonna let you know. Like I said, real estate is about being creative. We had one lady where we actually mailed her something, and I mailed her my phone that's in my bag, but I mailed something else with it, and I called the phone.
No,
and
what?
She picked up, and when she picked up, I said, "Hello." I said, "Oh, I thought you lost your phone, so I wanted to get you one because it was very important that we got in touch." By the way, that was Linda. And so...
Wait, whoa. Say that one more time. What did you do?
I mailed her something. I mailed her like a postcard. I never mail. That's not our marketing campaign, by the way. I never mail. But I couldn't reach her for a certain amount of time, not knowing that, something had happened in her family. I don't want to disclose that. So she was just trying to, take a rest away from that. So I mailed her the phone as well as the postcard. I called the phone. She answers the phone. And when she answers the phone, I say, "Hey, listen, I thought you lost your phone, so I wanted to get you one so we could stay in touch." And that's what led us to selling that property that we just sold and buying it at the price that we were able to buy it at, because she seen that we were serious. But also after that moment, it was more so, if you're going to put all this effort into getting in contact with me, I want to stay in contact with you.
Wow, that's a gem.
So that's probably the most
creative
interesting
marketing
thing that
I
we've
never
done.
heard that before.
Other than sending pizza that people throw out usually, but you got to do what you got to do to get the deal.
Golly, Jay. And because of that, it led you to how many deals with her?
4. We're working on one right now.
How much you pay for that phone?
The phone?
Yeah.
Oh, well, it's cracked now.
Yeah. So one phone
it
led to $1,000 worth of income.
Correct. And the phone was, it really wasn't important. It was an old phone, by the way. It was nothing to turn on a $10 line. What's the worst that's going to happen?
She pick up? Oh, well, now that's the best that can happen. Wow. That's a gem. Only on Yes
by the
Real
way,
Estate.
the only reason she picked up is because the only number that was saved in that phone is Javon Cross.
Yes. That's a gem.
So,
No, thank you for sharing that. So, okay, I want to hit some pointers on your flips. Give us, the millions of people watching, give us 3 things to ensure to get top dollar for your flip. 3 things.
man, I learned from you. And shout out to my mom.
Yeah.
She don't know what she's doing, but she know everything she's doing from afar.
Yeah.
The bathrooms and the kitchen are so important.
Yeah.
And it's very important that even if you don't have the money to stage a property, stage the bathroom and the kitchen. Because the woman is always in charge. I don't care if the man is the decision maker.
That is
the
right.
The woman is always in charge. And the first thing you want her to fall in love with is the kitchen. And as she leads through the bedrooms, you want to make sure that when she goes in that bathroom, it's drop dead gorgeous.
Yeah.
So we're putting Chanel in there. We're putting Chanel bags. We're putting empty perfumes. Anything to get attention.
Yeah. So the kitchen, the
restrooms,
and give us one more gem that get you top, because all of your listing are asking or above asking within 10 days. One more gem that you do to the home.
Lighting is very important, right? A lot of people like to take pictures now. A lot of people like to take videos. So if you have yellow lighting in a house where you have bright white walls, it's not going to work. And people, by the way, I meant to ask you, why do agents go in houses and turn on the AC higher than what it already is?
Yeah, because they're not paying the light bill.
Because I always wanted to ask them that, by the way. So sorry, guys.
They're not paying the light bill. Most agents don't care. Yeah,
that's important.
Yeah,
but also making sure the yard is done. The simple things.
Yeah,
the yard, right? Even if you have to mow it 2 or 3 times while it's going through the process. Yeah, that's important.
Wow. And Jay, all of your flips, as soon as you come up to the home, you have fresh paint, right? A new roof, garden, grass is green, and then you walk in, it smells good.
By the way, with the smell, shout out to Andre, because now even before a property is done, I go in with scents and I close my eyes and I smell. That's how we pick out the paint, by the way. It's from the scent. So if you notice, we've changed our colors
Yeah.
based on the scent.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
thank you for that.
No, appreciate it. Yeah, thank you. So you walk in, you have the laminate floors or the tile floors, and you always get the best stuff, right?
Correct.
And then you go to the kitchen, you have the quartz countertops with the backsplash, and then you have the gold faucet or the black faucet, depends on the theme of the neighborhood.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
And then you go to the bedroom and you go all out and you spend top dollar on the flip, and that's why you get top dollar for your home.
Correct.
So man, Javon, thank you so much for teaching me the game, right? Because of you teaching me how to flip, now I'm teaching others how to flip, right? Thank you for being on the Yes to Real Estate podcast and sharing the gems, especially about the phone.
Correct.
I guarantee you're going to have somebody write in and say, hey, I'm about to use a phone technique.
Go to the Family Dollar, get a $5 phone and try it. Save your number in there, right?
Yeah. So Jay, we've been friends for 2 years. When you first came to Houston, we met at the same spot. We build rapport, we build relationship, we family now. And I get a lot of gems from you every day because we talk every day. But if you can leave something to the millions of people who are watching on the Yes to Real Estate podcast, can leave them with a lasting message. What would you tell the people who's looking to get into flipping or mental aspect to prepare them for greatness?
Okay, so you want one or you want one for both?
Both.
Okay, so the mental aspect is depend on your intuition more than Google. Depend on your intuition more than Google, because my intuition did great things, and when I ignored it, it has put me in situations in which I would have trusted myself. Because sometimes we go out, right, and you might wish for something or pray for something, and it might not come how you want it to come, but just know if you got faith, it's probably there.
Wow. Depend on your intuition more than you depend on Google.
Correct.
We're going to put that on the
We're
shirt.
going to put that on the shirt.
And then what's the other one?
And for real estate,
Yeah.
Thus far, just from the experience that I have, is trust what you see. Don't deny what you see. Because as people, we're very quick to listen, but we ignore the eyes.
Yeah.
Right? We trust our ears more than our eyes. And most of the time, what you see is real, and what you hear is what you're making it to be.
Trust your eyes.
Trust your eyes.
Wow, Jay.
So
Thank
you
man.
so much for having me.
Thank you so much. Thanks, everyone. Thank you, Javon, for being here today. So I want to challenge everyone out there to trust your eyes, lead with your heart, trust your intuition. Thank you for saying yes to knowledge. Thank you for saying yes to creativity. Go ahead and mail that cell phone off, put it in the mail, and ship it off, right?
Do it.
Thank you for saying yes to love. Man, thank you for saying yes to transparency. Thank you for saying yes to vetting your team member and your team. Thank you for saying yes to going to the next level. And thank you for saying yes to real estate. See you at the top. See you next week.
See you later.
What's up, y'all? It's Jasmine J, founder of CC Network, and you just got through watching Yes to Real Estate podcast. Please check out our other podcasts. You got Class in Session and Pregnant with Purpose. CC Network, see you there.